and blessings, kings and queens, and welcome back to my channel. I first want to thank you for clicking on the video because you didn't have to, but I'm so glad that you did. So this is a story time, guys. In my last video where I did the unboxing of my doll, I told you that I had a story that was a doozy. This is it. So maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, Amazon had Prime Days. And they got me for all my papers. So I had bought some items that directly coincide with this story. And I bought them for the safety of my son and the safety of myself. So let's jump into it. About a couple of months ago, maybe February or March, around 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and this happened for like a week straight, I was hearing a person just walking up and down past my house. And I heard this person, they were just using just an obscene amount of profanity, like they were arguing with someone. And there's like a little sidewalk out in front of my trailer, and they would just walk up and down for like an hour or two, just going off on somebody. I couldn't hear another person's voice. I just heard this woman's voice. And like I said, this went on for about a week or so. And then, and I will also hear, they would like be right, sometimes like stop right in front of my window by my living room, and just be cursing. So it went on for about a week. And then, one day the cops showed up at my house and they said, do you have a person that speaks, Chinese in your house that's on drugs? And first of all, I'm just like, what? I'm not sure whoever called the cops what description they gave them, but I'm just like, really, a person speaking Chinese that is on drugs in my house? And I was like, no, it's just me and my son is 9. I said, but what I think this call is about, I said, because I heard it too. There's a person, sounds like a female, that is just randomly walking around in front of people's houses, and they're using profanity, cursing, and arguing with themselves, because I don't hear anybody else that is engaging in the argument with them. So they were like, well, okay, if you hear this person again, give us a call and we'll come back. And I'm like, cool, okay, whatever. So like a few months passed, and I didn't hear anything else from whoever this person was. And then it started up again. I started hearing the same person walking up and down past my house, cursing, using profanity, and just going off. And then the next day, I got a knock at my door. And I went to my door, and it was this lady, a Caucasian lady, probably late 30s to early 40s, blonde hair, medium build. And she knocked on my door and she asked for someone. And I said, well, I'm sorry, you have the wrong house. Nobody lives here by that name. And she said, I'm sorry, thank you. And she walked away. So again, a couple of weeks or a month went past, and I didn't hear this person again. And at this point, I'm not even putting 2 and 2 together that this is the same person that's doing all this craziness. So like I said, fast forward to probably about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Same person knocks on my door. This Caucasian lady knocks on my door. But this time she's more irate. And I don't know what type of mood I was in, but she had me on the right day that day. And she was banging on my door, and I was like, excuse me, stop banging on my door. What do you need? And she was like, give me back my daughter. I know you have my daughter. I'm like, ma'am, I don't have your child. Your child is not in my house, and can you please stop banging on my window? And I guess my tone, because you know, you add fuel to the fire, people just feed off it. So I don't know if it was my tone, but she became more irate. And then I became more irate. And she was banging on and she was peering inside of my house. Because in order for me to talk to her, I had to pull my drapes back. And she was banging. I banged on the window and was like, get away from my door. You have the wrong house. Nobody is in this house that knows you. I don't know where your daughter is, but she's not in here. And she just kept going on and on, and then she said it. She said, That's not what she said. But she said, if you don't open this door and give me my child back, I'm going to set your house on fire. What'd she say that for? Because I don't play about stuff like that. She seemed like she was definitely mentally disturbed. But whether she was mentally disturbed or not, I don't play with threats against me or my child or my property. Now, my house ain't much. It ain't big, but it's all that I had. So I called the cops. And lo and behold, the same cops that showed up a couple of months ago were the same cops that came to my house when I called. And it didn't take long for them to get there. They came like within 10 minutes. And I don't know, this is probably their normal patrol or whatever. But I was like, yeah, this lady, I gave a description of her. I said she knocked on my door looking for her children. Told them that they weren't here. We went back and forth with each other. And she said she's threatened to burn my house down. And I told them the same thing. I may not have much, but it's all that I have. And I take those type of threats seriously. And then it was two officers. One was a little older, like maybe in his 50s. And then there was another one that might have been in his 30s or so. So the younger cop started describing a person. And it kind of fits the description. You know, guys really don't know how to go into detail about how they're describing a woman. And I'm teasing, guys. I really am. But I gave a detailed description of her. I was like, she's a 30 to 40-year-old, Caucasian woman with blonde hair, up in a ponytail. She had on a black tank top and black leggings and some white running shoes. And then the older gentleman was like, that must be Debbie. I think that's what he said her name was. He said, I just seen her a block over. I was like, well, that's what the person who knocked on my door, that's what they had on. Whoever you seen, I don't know what they had on, but that's what this person had on. And they said that they were going to go around and see if they can look for her. So about 10 minutes later, they came back and they said they didn't find her or anything like that, but they're going to stay in the area. And I said, well, am I in any danger? I said, because I take those type of threats very seriously. And they said, no, you're not in any threat. She's off her meds. And I was like, well, she said that, I have her child or something. They said, well, the state took her children. And she's probably off her meds again. I said, look, I understand about mental illness. I just think you guys need to get her off the street and get her some help. I said, because one of these days she's going to either get she's going to hurt somebody or somebody's going to hurt her. And just thankfully I have sense not to open my door and actually really engage her. But she could have came across somebody who is crazier than I am and actually went toe to toe with her. And they agreed with me. And they stayed pretty much in my area for about 2 hours. They posted up in front of my house, and then I guess they did patrols and walked around, came back, sat, on their cruisers. And they were there for about 2 hours, and then eventually they left. Which brings me to what I purchased from Amazon. I got the Ring doorbell camera. And I also got 2 mini Blink cameras for the inside of my house. And I got that because I need to know who's walking around my house. Now, this woman every so often comes around. You can hear her walking all behind my trailer and the front of my trailer. And I know I'm not the only one she does this to, because whoever called the cops on her the initial time, she must do that to them as well. So I want to make sure if she comes back and she, feeling froggy, I can have video footage of her by my house. And with Ring, you can pay like a little monthly subscription, like $3 or $4, where you can save the videos, download the videos, and do whatever you need to do with them. So I really feel that it's a good investment because it's reasonable. With the sales that were going on during Prime Day, I got my my Ring doorbell for like $34, maybe $40. It's normally like $99, the particular model that I got, and they can be a little bit more pricier. But I just got it where you stick it in front of your house and you set it up with your phone, and anything happens and a notification comes to your phone. And then I got the 2 mini Blinks. I put one in my bedroom and one in the living room, just in case, because it's still summer break. And if my son's out there and something kicks off, I can see what's happening from my phone inside my bedroom, like especially when I'm working during the day, and then I can just come out and take care of whatever's happening. And you can also talk on the cameras. You just press a little button and you can speak to the person in whatever room that the camera is in. So that gives me peace of mind too, with me working and him being home. I can keep an eye on him and make sure he's okay. Talk to him through the intercom on the phone, on the camera. If he needs me, you know, I can always just be there for him just like that. And with the Blink mini cameras, I got 2 for $24. That was another sale that was going on during Prime Day. And then I got the Echo Show 5. And that was about $30-something too with this sale. So I didn't really spend too much money on my little security system. And with the Echo, you can link it so you can just say, you know, show me my front door, and you can see what's at the front door. You can link your other cameras to the Echo, so you can use that as like your main monitor, if you will. And I'll give you an example right quick. All you have to do is say, Alexa, show me my front door.
Okay.
And it's pretty much as simple as that. I feel that my little mini security system works best for me. It's cheap, it's reasonable, and it gives me a little bit of peace of mind. So if anything or anyone is trying to mess with my front door, get in, I can have them on video and have footage and show the cops who these people are. I don't have any footage of me and her original altercation because everything don't need to be on the internet. The person is obviously mentally ill, and the compassion and empathy in me, I'm not going to do that to her. Even though I was going back and forth with her and I was upset, I don't know what kind of mood I was in that day, I'm not going to just blast her and put her on the internet. I do, however, have footage of her, again, starting her mess, walking around my house, and I will show you a clip of that. It's a very short clip. But I haven't, she hasn't knocked back on my door or anything like that. Like I said, she's off her meds, and that's a sad situation. I don't know who she stays with. She's obviously staying with someone, because every time I see her, she looks clean, but she's just off. She's just out there, out of her mind, unfortunately. And the fact that she came knocking on my door looking for her children, that made me feel sad. You know, she don't know where her kids, she's out of her mind, and the only thing she can think about is her kids. You know, that's a sad situation to be in, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But yeah, I haven't had any more issues from her or anything like that. I think if you haven't looked into getting a Ring device and you don't have a lot of money, I think this is a great option. It's very easy to install. The bracket that you put the Ring device in, you just screw it into the outside of your house, or however you want to get it to the outside of your house, and then you just place the Ring device inside that little bracket, and it's weather resistance. You can't submerge it in water, of course, but rain is perfectly fine, and extreme heat. I live in Florida. We have extreme heat and we have the rainy season. And so far with the rain that has been going around or happening lately, it hasn't affected the Ring device at all. So I would definitely invest in it. Give yourself peace of mind. You just set everything up, download the app, and then you can make sure your house is secure even when you're not there. That's the beauty of it. You always have a link to your home even when you are not there. But yeah, so those are the items that I got. I'll put the link and everything to those in the bottom of the at the bottom in the description. Can't seem to talk today. Yeah, it was reasonable. Like I said, the ring was like $40, the 2 blinks were $24, and then the Echo was like another $34. And I did get all those items on sale during Prime days, but they're still not very expensive items to purchase. Normally the ring that I got was like $99, and they do have more like different types of bundles. Like I said, they had the basic ring, then they have you could do the ring alarm, you can set it up to your doorbell if you have a doorbell. Different prices, different models and everything like that. But yeah, it's definitely worth looking into for your peace of mind and, you know, for your safety. So that's my story time. I hope it wasn't all over the place. Thank you guys for always tuning in. I really, really appreciate you. And until next time, guys, be blessed.